We're not gonna. You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're going to see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Hold on. Make way for the bad guy. There's a bad guy coming through. Better get out of his way.
Polish off your Leo thun. Make it shine. Make it shine. Polish off your Leo thun. Make it shine. Make it shine. Leo has to shine. The gold has to shine. Refinement. It's time for refinement. Polishing up and refinement. Virgo process. Virgo reveals the luster of Leo. Through Virgo, we reveal the luster of Leo. It's time to shine, done. Get yourself together. Get healthy. Get healthy. Get grateful. Count your blessings. Get happy. Understand. Make your Leo shine. Time to make your Leo shine. Leo shine. The voice of inner child. The expression of the inner child. Take the duct tape off of the mouth of your inner child. Enough suppression. Enough suppression. Like you're hiding your kids in the house. Huh? You don't want them to laugh and play. Trying to tell them to shh, shh, shh. Don't laugh too loud. Don't talk too loud. Don't say what's on your mind. Don't say what's on your heart. Don't be curious. No, they don't like you when you're like that. They don't like you. Shango, or by Shango, is trying to help you out. You know, Uranus got a different way to go, a different route. Unorthodox. It's not what you think. It's not how you think. No, it's not in your plan. Shango has his own way. It's the remix. The remix of you. Mars got the LP. Uranus got the remix of that. Understand? Trying to get you there, but you scared. Oh, my bad. You don't want to step on no toes. You don't want to be infamous. Nah, you don't want to be infamous. You want to be the good boy. You want to be the good girl. I get it. I get it. It's only one way to be you. Only one way to be you. That's at the cost of other people being disappointed for some time. Disappointed for some time. A little rejection. A little abandonment. You'll be alright. Niggas get abandoned every day, B. You be alright. You tough, right? You real, right? You authentic, right? Come on. Get yourself together. Polish your gold. Leo. Full moon. Your turn. Your turn. Your turn. Huh?
I'm sure most of you have tried at some point during your life. I know I have. By mistake. Nobody likes me, everybody hates me. I think I'll go eat worms. Great big juicy ones, teeny weeny squeeny ones. See how they wiggle and squirm. Cut off their heads and suck out their juice and throw all their skins away. Nobody knows how I survive on worms 3 times a day. Nobody likes me, everybody hates me. I think I'll go eat worms. Great big juicy ones, teeny weeny squeeny ones. See how they wiggle and squirm. Bite off their heads and suck out their juice and throw all their skins away. And nobody knows how I survive on worms 3 times a day.
Full moon Leo. Energy is in the air. And Uranus has decisions to make, especially for you, especially for me. You might not like the way that it manifests. You might feel startled at how it manifests. Then again, it could be as insignificant as a mouse running across the floor. But either way, you can trust that Shango is going to strike accurate across lifetimes to line you up with what is most authentic for you at Taurus and second house names. It's going to lead to stability. It's going to lead to a financial and resourceful outlook that accommodates and sustains your destiny in this timeline. Trust Uranus to make those decisions from higher frequencies. That's not intelligible for us. That's not relatable in the current timeline, because where he sets you is ahead of the timeline. We have to work our way up to understanding its meaning. Trust that revelation. Trust the shock. Don't flinch. Don't flinch. Don't flinch. Being authentic is not something easy after we've gotten away from being ourselves. Trust and believe. If you don't have enemies, if you're not disliked, you have never been authentic before. Know that. Know that. But it brings you back home every time. You came here in this earth, in this life, for a reason to fulfill a purpose that is divine, that nobody else can accomplish except for you. Something has to end starting from today concerning Leo. The cup is full. The experience has already passed. It's a lesson that you don't need to learn anymore concerning Leo. What is that lesson that you have already learned? Looking behind you, what has your tolerance and your patience exhausted from concerning Leo and fifth house themes? You know what it is. Now, it's time to digest it into wisdom and take it with you, because soon Pallas Athena is going to help you to understand how to pack it into strategy. Gold has to be refined. Having dirt on you, having smudges, being pulled out of the earth, gold is still the value of gold. But refinement is necessary. And that's where character comes in. Especially through the details of Virgo, South Node, number 9.
Okay, your middle name is Macho, but I'm wondering if you ever cry. Has a Macho Man ever cried?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. It's okay for macho men to show every emotion available right there, you know, because I've cried 1,000 times, I'm going to cry some more. But I've soared with the eagles and I've slithered with the snakes and I've been everywhere in between. And I'm going to tell you something right now. There's one guarantee in life, and that there are no guarantees, yeah. And I understand this. Yeah. Nobody likes a quitter. Nobody said life was easy, so if you get knocked down, take the standing 8 count, get back up, and fight again. And you're a macho maniac. Dig it.
All right, check it out now. Pallas Athena conjuncts Pluto on the 22nd of February. 22nd of February, we got Pallas Athena conjuncting Pluto. Pallas Athena, we know, this is intelligence. Intelligence that operates and serves strategy. It's your intelligence that serves towards strategy. It's how you strategize. This obviously requires experience, wisdom, insight, foresight, maturity, calmness of mind, recognition of patterns. Recognition of patterns. Let me say that one more time. Recognition of patterns. Where you recognize patterns is where you are sharply intelligent. Sharply intelligent. When the intelligence of a mammal or any kind of animal is tested or examined, patterns is how that intelligence is confirmed. Understand? You want to know how intelligent is this crow? How intelligent is the squirrel? How intelligent is the dog? Pattern recognition and confirmation is how you determine how intelligent a creature is. Same with IQ. Pattern recognition. Where you have Pallas Athena in your chart is where you tend to always recognize patterns. And when you can recognize patterns, you have predictability. You also have the power to troubleshoot. You have the power to produce strategy, effective strategy, where you step into chess, not checkers. You're able to foresee, prophesy, set the clock. When you go to a person and get advice or insight on a particular area of your life where the synastry has Pallas Athena, you would do very well because that person can give you predictability. That person can give you strong strategic insight and understanding, foresight. It's very effective to look at the synastry of a person, and if their synastry happens to be in a place in your life where you have complications and you feel that you are at your limitation of intelligence, and you seek advice from that person who has Pallas Athena at that location or that house overlapping yours, that person can really help you to come up with a strong strategy that is sure to win. You will not be on the underside in that house where you have strategy of Pallas Athena pattern recognition. On the 22nd, when Pallas Athena conjuncts Pluto, we're going to start to recognize a pattern in the themes of Aquarius Pluto that's occurring collectively and in our personal life. Collectively, what this looks like is noticing a pattern in the Aquarius Pluto themes, such as Elon Musk and Doge, big balls, the exposure of financial, economic, resourcing in the natal chart of United States of America, second house, Aquarius cusp. Right here, there is exposure taking place concerning Taurus themes of finances, economics, spending. And what this shows is that there's going to be greater exposure, a very sharp exposure that puts the whole picture together to say, this happened at this time, that happened at this time, and this came from here, and this came from there. The whole picture is going to come together on how did America get in such debt? Who was spending? Who was lying? Who was cheating? It all is going to come to surface through Pallas Athena because the patterns, the details are going to come together. It's like the detective with the cigar who's looking at the wall and he has all the stickies and the tacks of all the details on the wall. He was over here shopping at 3 o'clock. Then he went to his mother's house at 7 o'clock. He drove to his girlfriend's. There was a body laying there at this time. Well, why did this phone call come up? Oh, we saw a red blouse over there, and then we saw some lipstick right there. The whole picture's going to come together. The pattern is going to make sense. Pallas Athena is the whiteboard with all these details that syncs together finally, and now I understand. Now I get it. I see what's happening. I see why. And Pluto, of course, is the detective. Pluto is the detective. We got the Doge department turning over all departments of America. Department of Justice, Department of Education, USAID, United States Aid. Also, the FEMA is being exposed. Letitia James allegedly just got exposed. According to allegations, Letitia James was caught doing exactly what she was accusing Donald Trump of doing, allegedly. She got her security clearance revoked along with Alvin Bragg. So these themes are coming to a head, and what Pallas Athena is going to say, I'm going to help you to understand how all of this mischief fits together in the picture. I'm going to expose, Pluto is exposing, and Pallas Athena is putting it together. It's the puzzle pieces that finally fit together. It's the evidence, abundance of evidence, that comes to sing one song, that synchronizes a chorus, that tells one single story. The Democratic left liberal regime is exposed, which is South Node Libra. And it's about to be articulated. As you see, at the same time, Mercury is creeping up to Saturn to form a conjunction at Pisces. These are discussions, conversation, news from higher authorities. That involves unclear Pisces, foggy Pisces situations that now becomes evident. In your personal life, what this can look like is that Pallas Athena is going to help you to put the pieces together. And what Pluto has been trying to show you by surfacing themes of disillusionment, revelation, or even exposure of you and others that are significant to your destiny. The context of this whole entire transit, it has everything to do with where you have Aquarius as a house algorithm in your natal birth chart. Without a personal reading, this discourse does not justify what your explanation is of this. It will not justify. It's just getting you in the area. But the details are everything in astrology. You need to know what it means for you. However, collectively, I can get you as close as possible. Now, Pallas Athena, for you in your personal life, conjuncting Pluto, she's coming to help you to understand what to do with what you have been realizing. What to do with the changes that you see are posing as demands upon you. You see that you have to change, you see that you have to transform to adapt and adjust to a changing theory at Aquarius in your natal birth chart. This theme of your life, this area of your life, changes and adjustments have to be made according to what is now evident about your timeline, about your power, about your ability to feel connected to a changing, empowering experience in your life. It's been foggy and confusing. Where am I? What does this mean? Where are we going? Where are we headed? Why did that happen? Why did I lose this? Why did I get behind in this? Why was I disconnected from that? Why was I rejected here or there? These dark themes. Pallas Athena brings it together to make it intelligible, to make it clear. Bringing it to where you can understand and make use of what you have been experiencing. Where Pluto passes over, you were given power. That is the ability to effect change upon yourself, change upon others, transformation upon yourself, transformation upon others, empowerment to the self, empowerment upon others. The power of truth that sets the self free, and the power of truth that sets others free, even with the sting of disillusionment. Pallas Athena is here to let us know exactly what to do with it to be most effective. What do I have going on in my life? What do I have at my disposal? Who do I have at my disposal? And Venus is the one who is hosting this question. What do I have and who do I have? Taurus and Libra. The Lordess of Taurus and Libra is Venus. And where is Venus at right now? Aries. And where is the Lord of Aries at? Cancer. Cancer. So through our progressive works, our progressive efforts at Cancer, our solutions that we find are going to have everything to do with what we gave effort to work through of generational curses and lifting generational curses. Behind that is opportunity, clarity, wisdom, confidence, understanding, healing, love, trust, emotional vitality, because you have been healing those themes, working those themes, being present for those themes, giving effort to those themes. And Venus is here to restore, reward, pour into, bring water for those situations. Bring honey into the situation that has been so bland, so dry, so plagued of discontent. As she's in Aries, she's connecting you to 2nd and 7th house resourcefulness and resources that helps you to feel more confident about your Chiron lack of confidence that you have been struggling with for the past few years. Filling it back in as Pallas Athena helps you to understand how all of the timelines connect into reforming who you are, transforming who you are, transmuting who you are, and reintroducing who you are. Understand? As it makes sense, we take advantage of these opportunities. This also indicates a service that we are going to realize by revelation. Uranus has revelation from heaven. Pluto has revelation from the underworld. And revelation from the underworld with Pallas Athena, there are transformational, deep, emotional traumas, difficulties, and suffering that I have been through, that I now see I have an offering to give as a service to others because of what I have suffered. So let me polish it, let me beautify it, let me dress it with fragrance, let me make it presentable through the full moon Leo. Let me wake up and straighten my disheveled hair and make it presentable so that I can deliver what I see as now new value in my strength. And value goes with Venus. How we determine value. Venus rules the 2nd house. that which we determine to be valuable in our life. This is about incorporating Aries back into the life with confidence. Aries back into the life with pleasure, with joy. Aries back into the life with sweetness. Aries back into the life without the sting, the pain, the crying, the drama. Adding art to our Aries experience as it's supposed to be, not to the delusion like the past line. Adding art to accent the authentic self that was recovered and redeemed, that was restored, reconnecting us to our strength. And Aries is our strength, the tip of the knife. It's our inner warrior's disposition. It is what our inner warrior is out to do, no matter what. It is what you are best at doing, time and time again, or most effective at doing, the tip of the knife. In this same timeline, what we have is Juno entering into Sagittarius. And Juno is entering into Sagittarius to introduce you to what committing to your personal freedom looks like, what committing to your personal freedom feels like, what it's going to entail, what it should include. You are going to get a taste of that. And this Juno is going to reveal to you your number 5 Hierophant process. What is the number 5 Hierophant process? And the number 5 Hierophant process, it is the answer or reply to the full moon Leo. And the full moon Leo is, I caught you with your pants down. You're bullshitting. Look at you. Your shirt is wrinkled. Your shoes are dirty. Your hair is all over the place. You're bullshitting. Opportunity comes around and you're not even ready. That is what that is about. So it gives you a glimpse at what you need to do to get it together. To stop crying and get it together. Clean yourself up. Get rid of the liquor bottles. Take a fucking shower. Wash your ass and get it together. Get it together. Juno and Sagittarius, this is about action, not talking, not overthinking, not planning. It's about putting yourself in new experiences, entering into new opportunities, engaging, getting involved, rolling up your sleeves, not being a stick in the mud. Reawakening passion into your life, feeling passionate about something for once after you've laid there and loathed about not knowing who you are. Depressed because you don't know where you're going. This is reconnecting you to the fire of Sagittarius that reawakens passion into your life. The full moon was at Leo, which is the consistent flame of the heart. Aries is hosting Venus, which is the spoonful of sugar that helps the medicine of Chiron to go down. Mary Poppins. Understand? Go ahead and sing that. At the other fire sign that we have here, Sagittarius, Juno is entering to start to create a force of passion. Fifth house, first house, ninth house. Your authentic identity, first house. Fifth house, your talents, your gifts, your intelligence that is unique to you. Your heart center, where authenticity burns and illuminates. And the ninth house, your competence, your higher learning, your higher conscious, your philosophy, that which you suffered to understand, that which you had the sincerity to ask the question, why? If you're not somebody who asks the question why, your ninth house is shitty. Your ninth house has no furniture. You got a blow up mattress, a bag of weed, a dirty ass cat, and a grocery bag on the doorknob for a trash bag. That's what your ninth house look like if you don't ask questions in life. Get yourself together. When you don't ask why, you will lack understanding. The only way to have understanding is to ask why. Understanding is the best part. Understanding is where completion is at. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You don't inquire, you don't ask, you will not understand. Unless you are like little babies, unless you are like children, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Even Jesus said that. And what do children do? They ask why all fucking day. Because they're not too proud to ask. They remain curious. And that's Sagittarius. The curiosity of a child. The ignorance of a child. And not ignorance out of sin and fault of refusing through the bliss of ignorance, but ignorance in the fact that I am eternally ignorant because I am eternally curious. That is Sagittarius, which is why Sagittarius rules the ninth house, because the richness of understanding and philosophy is abundant to such an attitude and spirit that is childlike in that sense. Jupiter represents a force that makes you childlike in that particular house, where you are humble enough, like a child, to be curious, eternally curious. Humility is what makes the student. Humility is what gets the ego out of the way so that you can absorb and learn and receive. Juno stepping into Sagittarius, the Hierophant process is revealed. Because Pallas Athena is going to show you the bird's eye view of what bridge is behind you and what bridge is in front of you and where you're standing to try to figure out where you are at. That Pallas Athena is what's going to rise you to a view and understanding, a full concept of where you're at so you can find yourself on your own grid. You're going to see the timeline that's behind you and the timeline that's in front of you, and it's going to make sense on where you're going because now you have full coordinates. You have full understanding of what the data entails, includes, and explains. It's one thing to get data, but it's another thing to understand what the data means or what the data is saying. Because of that, you're going to be inspired to a view of freedom for yourself. It's going to awaken freedom. And freedom and passion goes together. When freedom is a visual, passion is a feeling. When passion is a feeling, freedom becomes a visual. They are one and the same through Sagittarius, the spreading fire. It is Aries that is the explosive fire that initiates, that starts the process of creation. And with Venus hosting that, it's going to be through the 2nd and 7th house opportunities that you attract divine feminine Venus, that you magnetize to yourself based on the energy that you read because of what you have accomplished at Lord of Aries Mars location, which is Cancer, the generational curses. Clearing the generational curses allows you to vibrate at a frequency where you can receive that which takes you forward. But if you've been bullshitting, I ain't talking to you. Tisk, 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 you missed the damn bus. Juno will go temporarily into Sagittarius. The point is to give you a feel and a view through the presence of Pallas Athena, conjunct Pluto. You get a view of the underworkings, the hidden details, the secrets, the power dynamics that were not so obvious of the psyche. You get an awareness of the psyche. You get awareness of the self and what has been transforming and why it had to be. All of the dark themes that affected the psyche is going to come together as an understanding that it was a strategy, a heavenly strategy, that you are a part of and that you have the ability to volunteer to participate in if you could get out your own way. And it coincides with that glimpse of freedom with Juno at Sagittarius. And you are going to marry yourself to that process where you could see freedom for yourself. Juno is what binds your soul to a commitment, a fixation, a tunnel vision to where it is traveling. And this starts and awakens that passion at Sagittarius. Then it goes retrograde from Sagittarius on second week of March. It will go retrograde out of Sagittarius back into Scorpio. It will go retrograde. And this retrograde is necessary because you have to awaken the passion, see the vision toward freedom, connect with it, identify with it, personalize it to yourself, make the commitment. And when Juno goes back into Scorpio, you will regain the transformative properties and faculties within the self to transform the self in such an image and form that allows you to prosper, succeed, make victory in the pathway that you have seen and started ahead toward your own freedom and expansion. You have to go back into Scorpio to further transform. You have to go back into Scorpio to generate more power. You have to go back into Scorpio to shapeshift. You may have seen it as a lion, and now you see I have to transform into an eagle in order to get to the other side. So you go back into Scorpio to transform from a lion into an eagle, and now you're able to fly to the other side. Transformation. And this transformation has a lot to do with the amygdala and the instincts. Fight or flight. Transforming and changing our switches. What causes us to be triggered and what we do behind them. Black Moon Lilith will also be entering into Scorpio. At the same time, Vesta will go retrograde, which is quite significant. With Black Moon Lilith going through Scorpio, first of all, Black Moon Lilith is going to take 9 months to go through a house. 9 months. Now that you have harmonized Black Moon Lilith Libra, blessings are going to pour into Libra because you balance the table to be able to sustain those blessings. Okay? That's significant. That's key. When Black Moon Lilith gets into Scorpio, don't be alarmed, but be forewarned that Scorpio themes are going to start whooping that ass. You're going to have heightened discontentment at your house location of Scorpio. That discontent is not meant to plague you, distress you, worry you, or burden you. What it is meant to do is to get you up to respond to it, setting yourself free of stagnation, complacency, addictive behaviors, stubbornness, self-victimization, any type of dissatisfactory experiences and themes that's going on in that house. This is a time where Black Moon Lilith is going to insist that you work on it, you deal with it, you fix it, you get it done. And you got 9 months to do it. Scorpio themes. So of course it's going to have a lot to do with dealing with the truth for 9 months. Finding the resilience to accept the truth for 9 months. Learning how to process disillusionment for 9 months. Very heavy, transformative experiences that causes your psyche to have shifts and changes in depth. Secrets revealed, exposures, the truth coming out, things that were hidden for a very long time coming to surface. Learning how to empower the self to survive a sense of victimization. Learning how to trust the self in order to afford trust for others. This also deals with our vulnerabilities and our secrets that we may have to let others in upon to help and assist us. Now, February 14th, when Mercury gets into Pisces, this is when we start seeing things that are not so obvious. This is where we begin to find a way to articulate and explain what's been plaguing our subconscious, what's been driving our subconscious, what we have already accomplished as working through 12 house themes, clarifying what it meant to go through those things of the 12th house in Pisces, seeing what's behind our addictions, matters are now going to be noticeable that was quite foggy any other time. So the fogginess that we've been having, now it gets clear. And in the reverse, the clarity that we've been having concerning the physical world, the mathematical realm, it starts to fog up. So it goes in a reverse. Where spiritual value now becomes more clarified, and physical value now becomes less clarified. And there's a reason for this. Because now we start to see, where does creation begin? Where does it seed? Everything that I'm bringing into existence, everything that I'm attracting, everything that is appearing in my sixth house for me to interact with, all of the contracts that I'm signing in this physical realm, we start to see the details. We start to make sense of where it's all coming from. Our subconscious and what it's reading, what it's saying, and what it's not saying. We're getting a glimpse of what has been in the blood. Starting to understand what have we been moving out of the blood that should not have been there. The generational curse right there with a name tag, a placard, so you can read exactly where it came from and why, and what you now should do with it. So this is when we reverse and we understand the physical realm, the natural realm, with less clarity, and we start to understand the spiritual realm with sharper clarity. We get the reverse, and this is opportunity to go behind the stage and see what was there. It's like the Wizard of Oz. It seemed like a big monster, and when you get there, the Wizard of Oz is this little person behind a curtain. This little detail. Mommy didn't hug me. We used to fight over the noodles. We glorified all those shootouts, but didn't realize it traumatized us. We thought it was okay to behave like this or behave like that, or do this or do that, because daddy did it, mommy did it, uncle did it, auntie did it. What we normalize, what we condone, we start to see that we have been cursing ourselves, and we have been making it perpetual, the curses that we have been constantly sending forward. And that's part of the glimpse of freedom that we get to see. Knowing now it's all a choice. Like Kanye said, slavery was a choice, but everybody laughed at him. Now we see slavery really was a choice. Pay attention to what I'm saying here.